The videotape you're about to see and the materials that go with it are part of a series of staff training materials entitled Building Capacity for Community Support. Training and your personal commitment to improvement are important keys to your job success and to your resulting job satisfaction. This series was designed to assist you in becoming an effective support provider for people with mental retardation. It is targeted for use in community residential programs. However, some units in the series may be used in training job support staff. Before we begin the actual training content of this unit, I'd like to describe some general features of this series of videotapes and accompanying materials. Each unit deals with a different aspect of providing support for people with mental retardation in community settings. The units are designed to be self-paced. Feel free to stop and review the videotaped presentations whenever necessary. There's a trained person from your employer to serve as your guide for your training. Your guide can answer questions and provide you with specific details about how things are done in your particular community setting. Your guide can also fill you in on details about the individuals you'll be supporting. Feel free to ask your guide any questions and discuss any concerns you may have. After all, the idea is for you to learn, so don't be shy about questions. Each unit in the series includes some questions for you to answer at the end of the presentation. This is simply to see if you've learned what you needed. If you can't answer some questions or if you're unsure of some material, go back and review the videotape and materials before moving on to the next set. You'll also notice that your manual contains discussion questions and exercises to help illustrate the ideas brought up in this videotape. The exercises will give you hands-on experience with some of the things we suggest. Okay, let's get started. This unit in the series is entitled Basic Support. Perhaps your greatest responsibility as a staff person is to provide the support needed by persons with developmental disabilities to live fun and interesting lives in their communities. We all like to enjoy a good quality of life. A big part of your job involves helping the people that you support to have a high quality of life. You can promote this by providing what we call good basic support. Simply, basic support refers to creating a positive and supportive living environment in and around the residents. In this training unit, we'll focus on 3 specific things you can do to contribute to a positive living environment. These are: 1. Interacting positively and building rapport with the people you support. 2. Creating physical environments which support success. And 3. Incorporating personal preferences and choices. The learning objective for this section is to recognize the importance of positive social interactions with the people we support, and to identify things that we can do to ensure positive social interactions and to build rapport. We all want to live in a place that we feel is home for us. We would like to feel that our home is a good place to be, surrounded with friendly people. This may be especially important if you have just moved into a new home or neighborhood. You can help the people you support feel more comfortable in their homes by creating a positive relationship between you and them. You can help to increase their confidence in making good decisions and taking on responsibilities. Showing respect for others in your daily life is vital to being truly supportive of the people you'll be assisting. Interacting positively may be the single most important thing which staff can do for persons with developmental disabilities living in community residences. This is a basic part of the job. Most of us want to be treated with dignity, respect, and sincerity. People with disabilities desire those same qualities with others. If you can keep that in mind, you're well on your way, both professionally and personally. Your attitude is an important feature in showing respect and developing positive relations. We've all known somebody who made us feel good to be around. More than likely, it's because they were positive and sincerely interested in us. They showed genuine concern with us as individuals. Each person has a unique personality. That's important, and we all need to find ways to maintain our own personality and still be consistently positive with the people we support. Some people are outgoing, others are quiet. Some people are good at appropriate teasing and others not. That's okay. There's no single right way to provide support.
Hey, Nan, how's it going? How was work today?
Good.
Anything exciting happening?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything? Any new donations that you liked?
Clothes.
Clothes? Any toys? Any nice toys?
Toys. Hey, what are you watching there, Jason?
The Trailblazers and the Chicago Bulls.
So I see. Who's winning?
The Bulls are, but the Blazers were winning until they had the foul.
Well, Bulls being the better team, I think they're going to go all the way. I gotta say, Blazers are a good team.
Clyde Drexler, and he's going down, dribbling the ball, and he goes and he dunks right on Michael Jordan.
So he got one. Bulls are still all the way better team. Gonna go all the way.
We're
One, two.
I heard that you really did well in that dart game today.
Yeah.
A couple of bullseyes today, huh?
Yeah.
That was wonderful.
Yeah, I won the game.
Oh, you also won it. Wow, you really did a good job today.
Yeah.
That's good to hear. And I heard, and I see that everything's put away and everything's tidied up.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I really appreciate all of that.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's
Did you
really
feel
to
good
see
about the
that you
staff
had
people in those scenes? I did.
Thank you.
On the other hand, we've also all known somebody who was a real downer to be around.
Tony, quit that noise. Quit it. I've got this work to do. You making all this noise?
What?
What? Oh,
Not a
God,
whole lot
Tony.
of fun to be
Can't you
around,
listen?
was she? Just like you, people with disabilities are probably going to feel better and be more positive if people who interact with them are sincerely positive. You can accomplish this by identifying and focusing on the individual's appropriate behaviors. A good rule of thumb for encouraging good relations is to make 4 out of 5 things you say positive. This focus on positive interactions is especially good to remember when you're giving somebody directions. You can praise what somebody is doing at the same time as giving a direction.
Say, Tony, you're doing a great job cleaning up the kitchen. I'm really glad you're doing it. Thanks. Well, listen, as soon as you're done with it, don't forget to take out the trash. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Didn't that sound better than this?
Tony, I told you to take out the trash. The trash is still there. I want you to get that trash out now.
Now, it's okay to make requests of people. That's part of providing support. Just think about making requests in positive ways. Another way to do this is to give a choice of activities. It's a way of letting them know that there is something to do, but also offering some options. These are called directive choices. Find the directive choice in the next series.
Hi, Nan. How you doing today? Oh, I see you're playing with the cards. What have you got there? Oh, look, that reminds me. Dessert. Maybe we can get some dessert. Looks like it's time to make lunch. You want to make lunch with me now? Let's do it. Come on. Say, Jason, are you going to help Nan do the dishes, or are you going to take out the garbage? Which one do you want to do now?
The garbage.
Okay, go for it. Good.
Hey, thanks, Jason, for helping me pick all this stuff up. I mean, it's not your mess, but still, it's great work to do that. You got that? Is there a box for these cards?
Here,
is this your shirt?
Put them on the table.
Great. Okay, I'm gonna go. Now, don't forget to water the plants, okay? Okay.
Did you pick the second example? You can empty the garbage or help dry the dishes. Which one are you going to do now? That was a directive choice. Did it sound better than the other examples where staff were giving instructions with no choices? You'll be more successful in your interactions with the people you support if you give them choices whenever possible. Remember to avoid focusing on the negative when asking people to do things. Communicating positively involves more than telling someone nice things. Words alone aren't enough. It involves tone of voice, eye contact, and body language. Watch the following scenes and compare how the speaker sounds.
Wow, you're going to put that up in your room?
Yeah.
Well, that's just great.
Why are you cutting that? Oh, boy, that's just great.
Oh, Jason, look what you just did. That's just great. What were you doing?
How
with
did
water
those
in
sound
here?
to you?
Let me get
They
something
sounded
to clean
very
up.
different to me, and I tell you, I would surely respond differently to these three people. So what will come of all this effort to use positive interactions? Well, if you establish a consistent pattern of positive interactions with somebody, it's likely that you'll develop a good rapport with him or her. The person will learn to associate you with enjoyable positive times. Therefore, it's important to avoid getting into consistent patterns of unpleasant interactions.
Here. You're supposed to be at the clinic. Oh, for heaven's sakes, you missed your appointment? Oh, it's too late to go now. Now, we've got to get you to the clinic, and I don't know when we're
You
going to make
also
this
need to let the
appointment.
person know
And you
that you're a
gotta watch
person
this
of your
TV.
word. If you tell him or her something, it will happen. And if it doesn't, you'll need to make up for it somehow. You need to show that you're trustworthy. If you do establish rapport, you can expect a number of good things to happen. Instruction will be more effective. Interactions will be more predictable for the person. Your praise will be more powerful. And you'll be less likely to trigger inappropriate or problem behaviors. In the following scene, the woman who enters the picture is someone who has worked hard to establish a rapport. She has established herself as a positive person and is associated with enjoyable interactions in the minds of other people. Note how she greets the first person and is warmly received.
Tony.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
I saw your new bike out there.
You like it?
It looks great. It's
All
got
right.
a collapsible basket on it.
Yeah, I put my food in there when I go on a ride or something.
Now, obviously, nobody can be up all the time. We all have days when we don't feel particularly friendly. When you feel down, tell the people you support. Who knows, you might get more sympathy from them than you would from your coworkers. We as staff need to establish patterns of positive interactions while finding our own style. Some of us might be more outgoing, some more quiet, but all positive, each in our own way. People with experience will probably know that many individuals we support have a favorite staff person. This is likely to be someone who has worked hard to establish rapport. This may be nice for a favored staff person, but may make life more difficult for the other staff people. It will promote a more harmonious house in general if rapport is also built up between this individual and the other staff people who work in the residence. A transfer of rapport procedure may accomplish this. A favored staff person and a new or unfamiliar staff person will join up with the individual and engage in preferred activities as a group. This transfer of rapport procedure will be presented in the next section of videotape and will be an exercise in your manual with which your guide will help. Note that the new staff and the familiar staff are both doing something with the person they're supporting. Now the new staff will begin delivering reinforcers to the person.
Great.
Hey, thanks a lot, Tony.
Ideally, a new staff person will initially avoid presenting the individual with demands. Instead, both staff members and the individual will engage in a number of fun activities. Gradually, the familiar staff person begins to leave the new staff person and the individual alone for fun activities, first for short periods of time, but then for longer and longer periods. Watch this.
Hey, Tony, how you doing?
Okay, and you?
What's up?
Okay, go ahead.
So, you sit here? So how you been doing today?
I've been doing okay.
How's work?
Work? I don't know.
Once this is happening consistently with no problems, the new person can begin to assume the regular roles and duties of a staff person with that individual. In the preceding video scenes, we gradually introduced a new staff person in easy kinds of situations, making sure that no problems came along. As we all know, you don't want to get started on the wrong foot. You'll try this as an exercise with the assistance of your guide person, and I bet you will all get started on the right foot. Now that we've looked at some ways of building good relationships with the people we support, let's talk about the nature of those relationships. They're rarely discussed, but are very important. It's not necessary to like as a person every client. To expect that would be unrealistic. We may not like certain coworkers, but we still have to work effectively with them.
I thought I was going to take this weekend off. I mean, we discussed it already, and you go and it's your weekend. What's wrong with this picture?
Well, There was nothing on the weekend.
Just as
so
I can't let my dislike of certain people get in the way of normal work interactions, we can't let our personal feelings get in the way of positive, appropriate interactions with all our clients. We need to be professional enough in our work to put aside our personal feelings at times. The people we work with may not always be easy to be around, but then who is? Often when we're feeling grouchy, we can go be by ourselves for a little while. Our clients may not have the skills or opportunities to do that. It's crucial to have a caring but professional approach when working with people with disabilities. It's time to stop the tape and complete the exercises. If you're unsure about any of the areas we've discussed, rewind the tape and watch it again. The manual has some suggestions for discussion topics to supplement the questions. Good luck! The objective for this section is to learn the importance of structuring physical environments to support success. A person's home is his or her castle. Even though you're supporting people in community settings, it's still their house with their possessions, and it's where they live. Think of your own home. I'll bet you have more than 4 bare walls and simple furniture. You've probably added a few touches to personalize it, such as pictures, awards, knickknacks, or gifts, just anything that you like. These are the kinds of things that make it your home. You may even have some things that others don't quite understand or appreciate, but it's your home, and you make the decisions. The people you support also have the right to make this home uniquely their own. Part of this involves having personal possessions and access to them. Even though it's important that the setting be as much of a home as possible, some changes may be necessary to accommodate specific physical or behavioral challenges. This brings up an important point. It's better to change the environment to support the person than it is to change the person to fit the environment. If a person we support has a history of difficulties in the shower, why not build a larger shower stall with recessed fixtures? A half wall between the kitchen and the den permits staff people to observe residents while preparing meals. This design also creates a pleasant, spacious feeling in these rooms. If a person has a history of property destruction, you can fasten pictures to the walls behind a plexiglass cover, giving an attractive environment without the risk of damage or injury. Some people's destructive behavior may be so intense that even a bolted-down picture is vulnerable. In this case, murals or graphics may be painted directly on walls to add color and style to a home. If a resident has a history of running away, a fence around the house may help to create a safer environment. Some fences can be very attractive and fit right into the neighborhood. We can also make modifications to houses by adding things to make the home a more pleasant place for residents. For example, a whirlpool can be added to a large bathtub. This type of addition may significantly improve the quality of life for some residents. All these modifications are attempts to arrange the environment to meet the support needs of the individuals. Every person you support will probably have different needs. Some support needs may involve the physical structures of a home. Other support needs may involve the types of people in a home. Regardless, it is to everyone's advantage to change the environment rather than try and change the person. It's time to stop the tape and complete the exercises. If you're unsure about anything discussed in the last section, please rewind the tape and watch it again. The manual has suggestions for discussion topics and exercises to supplement the questions. Your guide will also provide you with detailed information about your program and the people that you'll be supporting. The objectives for the next section are to recognize the importance of the individual preferences of the people we assist and to identify methods of incorporating these preferences into the support that we provide. In the past, many people with mental retardation haven't had the freedom to make choices for themselves or to make decisions in their daily lives. Almost all aspects of their lives were controlled by the people who worked with them, being told what to do, where to go, how to dress, and when to eat. Your job, on the other hand, is to support the people you work with, not to control them. You would probably agree that another adult making your daily decisions for you would be very unpleasant. Think about your own life. For the most part, you control yourself. Your supervisor may schedule when you work, and family members may occasionally place demands upon you, but when it comes right down to it, you do control most of your personal life, from what shampoo you use to what time you set your alarm for in the morning. If you want to go to the gym on a specific night, you make the decision. If you're supposed to go out for dinner with a friend but have a lousy day at work and just want to relax at home instead, you can make that decision for yourself, maybe calling that friend and rescheduling for another time. And recently, many agencies serving people with mental retardation have begun making major efforts to give the people they serve the same types of choice and control over their own lives. These agencies are trying to be more supporting of people with disabilities instead of being controlling, and as you can guess, it makes a big difference. A supporting relationship in the home will provide a more pleasant life to individuals with mental retardation and also reduce friction between the residents and the staff who may have been trying to get the residents to do things they didn't want to do. The choices and preferences of the residents should influence many aspects of their lives. Think about recreational things that you'll do with the people that you support. Some people will enjoy a quiet walk or community outing to a store. Others may like more exciting outings.
You like that?
Snow White? Yeah.
That's a cartoon. It's got singing in it. You don't like Snow White?
No.
No Snow White? Okay.
No.
Let's see. Here's that new one with all the dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs?
The dinosaurs. You want to see that?
Yeah.
You guys like dinosaurs?
Yeah.
You like dinosaurs?
Yeah.
You want to see the dinosaur movie? Okay.
If the point of an activity is enjoyment, and you try to make a person who doesn't like that activity participate, obviously your effort will be wasted. Now bear in mind, providing the opportunity to choose doesn't mean the individuals you support should be allowed to place themselves in potentially dangerous situations. Without prior knowledge and proper guidance, the choices made could be harmful. Remember, we want to set up successful experiences, not failures. This can be aided by guiding the range of choices. For example, due to a staffing problem, it may not be possible to go out at a particular time. Watch the following scene.
Hey, Jason.
Hi.
Hey, you know, I just got a call. We're going to have to stay here till the other people get back.
We're going to go to the mall and...
Yes, we're going to go to the mall at 1. But until then, how about, do you want to watch TV or do you want to help me make lunch?
The skill level of the individual will help determine the range of choices. This range of choices can be increased by acquiring the skills, knowledge, and experiences necessary to make informed decisions and pursue choices more independently. It may be beneficial to introduce new skills and activities to people who haven't been exposed to many options in the past. You may encounter situations in which an individual whom you're supporting consistently makes choices that the interdisciplinary team feels are not in his or her best interests. For example, a person who has serious health concerns due to a long-standing weight problem may be ignoring medical advice regarding nutrition or activities. In these cases, we may also need to restrict ranges of choices. It's almost time to stop the tape and complete the exercises. If you're unsure about anything discussed in the last section, please rewind the tape and watch it again. The manual has suggestions for discussion topics and exercises to supplement the questions. Your guide will also give you detailed information about your particular program and the people you'll be supporting. When you complete this workbook section, you will have finished this unit. In this videotape, we've introduced some skills and knowledge you'll need when working with the residents served by your agency. The lessons you've learned will help enrich your relationships with the people you support, both professionally and personally. Remember, whenever you're in doubt about how to interact, just stop to think about how you would like to be treated. Good luck as you go through the other training modules and continue to learn on the job.